Episode 11, Fuck the Stats. I'm Tim from Dealt With Cricket. No Munners today again, so I've brought my mate along, Sam. Well versed in cricket, Blackheath second 11's finest ever opening bowler, over 300 wickets in the Kent second 11. Welcome, Sam. How are you, mate?
I'm very good. What an intro. The work experience kids got in front of the camera, and the ratings might plummet. We'll see.
You've been in a few of our pieces, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I was at the T20 Roadshow. Probably not my finest hour, to be honest with you. I think illiterate was a word that comes to mind. A few drinks there, and then at Lords at the 100. There was some interesting comments, I think, below the line.
Yeah.
On that, which but I've come back for more, and no hat, so I'm open to the trolls again. See what they say.
Fair enough, man. Did you watch the cricket this morning?
I did watch the cricket. I was up nice and early for Afghanistan, Australia, after obviously New Zealand, Ireland. First game was okay, Ireland weren't in it. Second game was brilliant, I thought.
So you brought a few of the points today, so go on, kick us off.
So I think today it was a day for the losers, right? I think it was a fantastic day. So you start with the fellow at Ireland, Josh Little, is that his name?
Yeah, Josh Little, yeah.
I thought I was going to say Kevin Little. That would have been a turn up for the books. Josh Little, mate, to get a World Cup hat-trick. I'm not going to pretend like I know who the last person was to get a World Cup hat-trick. I know they were pinging around videos of Brett Lee.
Yeah, someone else will.
Someone else can tell us about that. But Josh Little, I mean, he's, as far as I can see, he's not a pro cricketer signed anywhere. I had a little look. He played for Leinster Lightning in the Irish League.
Good side.
Good side. But to take 3 wickets, take a hat-trick in the World Cup's unbelievable. And they were genuine wickets as well.
They were proper wickets, weren't they?
We've got Kane Williamson. And then the 2 LBWs were lovely, so he must be absolutely buzzing. I'm sure there's a few sides looking at him there. And then the second one, Rashid Khan. What a knock that was at the end. Some of the shots he was playing, he was just swatting some of the best bowlers in the world over their heads, over square leg. Unbelievable. And I was supposed to be on some meetings. I think people, my partners at work couldn't understand why I was shouting, "Go on, son," as he was pulling people for 4. But it was brilliant to watch. I feel like the World Cup's come to alive this week, because the first week was a bit drab other than India and Pakistan, and Rashid Khan's really added to it. So I really wanted him to win, but a great day for both those lads.
Funny you say that about being in work and celebrate. I said something today, got me in a lot of trouble at work. So it was like the second to last over, I think. I think Richardson was bowling at Rashid Khan. He bowled a wide, and I shouted, "Spread him!"
Oh,
at work.
That's an HR complaint.
Yeah, literally. But the row in front of me all just turned around, and I was like, "Oh, fucking hell."
Well, I had a lad. He's a basketball fan, right? So you can see what's his game. And I was watching the England game. I was chatting to him the other day, and I was like, "Man, I'm watching the cricket." And he went, "Oh yeah, cricket. Doesn't that last like 5 days?" I was like, "I'm not in the mood to tell you how this works." I mean, hopefully no one from my work's watching this, or I could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
They probably won't.
You'll be alright. And who knows, Josh Little, he might get himself an England call up one day if he's lucky.
I hope so. They often make themselves available, and not many have come through. Owen Morgan, of course.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
No, but joking aside, I think Ireland are in a good place. I think they've done really well this tournament, barring their first game. They've made a real show of it, showed a load of bollocks, beat us. I thought they weren't far off it today.
Yeah.
There have been occasions, I know this isn't their golden generation of the past, but obviously they're a test playing nation now. Hopefully they can build on it and crack on. Can they still qualify for the 50 over World Cup?
No, that's a question you're going to have to ask someone else, I'm afraid, mate. I mean, I've come in, I have a great cricketing knowledge, but that is not something I'm aware of. I didn't even know there was qualifiers before anyone turned up.
I don't know. I've just realised I asked the wrong person for that. Something I want to bring up today is cricket etiquette, and yes. I think I know you've described this before as well. I can't remember his fucking name now. The wicketkeeper for Afghanistan, is it Gulbadin? Yes, I think.
I mean,
we need to talk about his get-up.
Pronounce that. Yeah, horrendous. It was almost, it's a disgrace to the game, I would say, because that is the type of get-up that you would see if you are turning up to watch Sunday third 11 cricket in the park. Maybe the team have turned up in their whites, potentially black trainers on as well. For anyone that hasn't seen it, he's wearing a t-shirt as a wicket-keeper, which is a no-no to start off with, and then he's got tubey grips on his elbow. Now I thought to myself, maybe, you know, the money isn't quite there in Afghanistan cricket. Maybe they've only got one type of kit. But Rashid Khan, Nabi are wearing long sleeves, so he's opted to go out like that, which is absolutely insane. And really, I blame him. But John Trott, as his coach, should be pulling him aside and saying, "Listen, pal, you can't be doing that. I don't care if you're the best wicket keeper in Afghanistan. If you're going out like that, we'll get someone else to do it, because that's a disgrace." And the biggest stage as well, in one of the biggest games that Afghanistan cricket has ever played in.
Yeah,
it was disappointing.
It's just not cricket. And he's written a number on his helmet as well, which I spotted.
Yeah.
Well, what's that about?
Not sure. Could it be his cap number for Afghanistan?
I don't know, but you don't do it in a...
You don't do it in the black marker.
in a Sharpie.
You don't do it with a Sharpie.
On your nice red helmet.
You get the sponsor to engrave it for you, I think. It wasn't ideal. And I love everything about the way the Afghanistani team play cricket, but their kits are just miles off in general. Nabi's got the blue shoes to match, which I quite like, but I wouldn't get too close to those flames in those kits. They look like they could go up.
Super cold as well.
Yeah.
No, they play great. I'm with you. The way they play the game is absolutely superb. The way their natural talent and their ability just to see the ball over the ropes is frightening.
Well, this is the mad thing about it, right? Because they can't have been, like, we've obviously been very privileged to grow up and have some unbelievable coaching as kids, right? Yours obviously tells, mine never did. But these guys can't have been exposed to that, so they've just picked up the sport and just ran with it, right? Yeah. And you can see that in some of their techniques, but it works.
Yeah,
that's the amazing thing. Some of the actions, some of the batters. I mean, some of the shots today that Rashid Khan was playing, you wouldn't teach them, but it was coming off. And Hazelwood, Cummins, some of the best bowlers in the world at the moment are just looking around, going, "Oh, that's 4, that's 6. What can we do?"
Yeah, we've got something coming up where me and Munners try and learn how to bowl a doosra with a spin coach, Carl Crowe, and he was saying, like, the last 5 years he's learnt more off players like Rashid Khan and players that come from playing street cricket in Asia.
Yeah.
And like, because they play with like hard, sort of like hockey balls that don't spin and don't turn. They have to learn different ways to do things. And he said he's learnt more then than he ever did in his whole career.
But that's the surprise factor, isn't it? Like, they're bringing a new type of game. Yeah. You know, get rid of this. We've seen it all before, pal. You know what I mean? Move over. There's a new generation, and I would love to see them playing more competitive cricket across the world. I think Bangladesh, you need to see more of. You said that, I think, earlier on in the week. But yeah, get them up. They've got some fantastic players. It's great to see them playing franchise cricket. More Afghanistanis.
Yeah. Why not come over and do a T20 series against England?
Yeah, exactly.
Or ODI series in England.
ODI series would be great, because they're not gonna learn to play the longer forms of the game unless they're exposed to it at a higher level, right? So let's get them playing 50 over cricket. They could have a couple of games against Ireland, a couple of games against England. I think it'd be brilliant. They went and played the Netherlands, so why can't they go and play
you could do that now, though, couldn't you? Because the Netherlands are strong, Ireland are strong, and you could make it a tour where you go and play the Netherlands, you go play the Ireland, and then you play a few games against England at the end, and that's how you make world cricket better.
It's awesome, and Afghanistan cricketers, household names. Rashid Khan was getting cheered by some of the Australians because of how much he's liked in Adelaide and playing in the BPL.
Seems like a great lad as well.
Top bloke.
I'd love to have some stories with you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry.
Point number 3, Chris.
Point number 3, Australia, just a shambles. I think they got some problems. I think they're all over the place, really. I think today summed it up. I think you look at it, they started off the tournament by announcing that Pat Cummins was going to be the new ODI captain after this World Cup. Undecided about the T20, but they sort of backed themselves into a corner where they couldn't drop him. Yeah. So then Stark got left out today because Cummins is going round the park.
There's nothing wrong with Stark, was there?
Nothing wrong with Stark. I don't know what the script there was. I think they just felt they couldn't drop him. Cummins looks like he's got a lot of power in Cricket Australia at the moment. We're not taking Cam Green in the squad. So when they played England in those warm-up games, Cam Green's playing, and they're like, "Oh, we're not sure where he's playing. Open the bat." He's now playing, and he's now, what was gone on there, I don't know. Leaving Steve Smith out, I think you got to, anyone that's telling me to leave the likes of Smith, Kohli, Stokes out, whatever their form is, just get out of the room. Like, it's not on. They are game winners. They'll win you World Cups. They should have played him. They obviously had this whole captaincy issue. Finch ends up not playing today because of injury. They've got the new ODI captain and Test captain on the field, but Matty Wade ends up doing the captaincy today, I think, so not sure what's going on there. He had COVID and they didn't know where they were going to get a wicket keeper from. It was just they think they've been in shambles. I think it hasn't been a great World Cup for them in their home World Cup. I thought they'd be one of the favourites, defending champions, and I think if they were playing abroad, I'd make them walk home. But luckily they're at home, so they'll be all right.
You've still got a chance though. Still got
a chance. Fingers crossed. I think, to be honest with you, I back England tomorrow. As long as the weather is kind to us, we should beat the Sri Lankans, and we don't have to mess around with run rate or anything like that, which is good for my brain, especially after a Guinness. So yeah, I'm confident England will bring it home tomorrow.
Good man. Yeah. I don't know about Sri Lanka. I feel like they're just a little bit of a bogey team for England. There's just something about them. Did we lose? No, we didn't, did we? Yeah, we lost to them in the 2019 World Cup.
Yeah,
didn't we?
Yeah.
I feel like they put us out of the 2015 World Cup, not 15 World Cup, 2011 World Cup as well. There's just something about Sri Lanka which I hate. I know they got hammered by New Zealand, but I don't know. I'm a pessimistic England fan, and I'm worried and I'm nervous.
I'm not. Listen, unless the Sri Lanka team in '97 rocks up, or early 2000s, and Shaminder Vas, Muralitharanth and Sangakkara turn out tomorrow, I think England will be fine. Sri Lanka is not. They've been on the decline. They've had a few hammer-ins. Their confidence won't be up. England, after the way they played against New Zealand, should be sky high.
We're mustard. We are mustard.
We are mustard.
Anyway, we'll get into the last one, which is get in the bin. And for me, there's only one man for it today, Sam. There's only one man for it. And it's Davey Warner. You can get in a bin. What was that shot, my friend? Sam, have you got any light on it?
No, I think it was... I think a lot of people were happy to see it. A lot of people, Davey Warner, he comes across... I don't think he's the most popular person in cricket from the general public and the viewing public outside Australia. I think it actually came across quite arrogant. When KP did it, he did it against Muralitharanth. Maxwell did it again today. He's done it before, the reverse shots, the switch hits. Dave Warner did it. I think he did it because he thought it was against Afghanistan. He could get away with it. Got himself in a horrendous position, looked like a complete moron, swore as if he was annoyed at himself, but secretly he must have thought, let this ground swallow me up now. This is horrendous. If you were doing that, playing for your club side, you'd
get murdered, wouldn't you?
Oh, you're going home in your wife.
Do you imagine
imagine
the old boys under the scoreboard?
Oh, don't pack your kit up, don't have a shower, get in your car, go home.
Don't even turn up to training on Tuesday.
We'll see you in 3 weeks.
Oh my word.
Shocking. Yeah. So he needs to have a look at himself. I think our whole of Australia needs to go back to the drawing board and well, they might qualify tomorrow.
They might qualify and win the World Cup.
That'll be the end of me before it started.
That's it, done. You remember when Warner punched Joe Root, I think 2013,
I do.
in Birmingham or whatever. I was busy trying to make it as a cricketer and failing miserably. But I was the first Test match was in Nottingham, and I was sort of helping out doing the net bowling and things like that for Nottinghamshire, and he was there 2 days before the first Ashes Test. Bearing in mind, he's just punched Joe Root in the face, and he's getting sent away to Zimbabwe as his punishment. He spent the whole net session batting right-handed against me and another lad.
Oh my word!
He was mustard, to be fair. He kept on putting us out of the ground right-handed, and I think that's the day when I sort of thought, you know what, you're a bit shit at this.
Well, he didn't.
You didn't do it today.
He did like a disgrace. Equally, Australia were in a bad position then as well. So maybe it sums it up.
It probably does, yeah. Thanks very much, Sam, for joining us today,
I enjoyed that.
Really appreciate it. I hope everyone watching and listening enjoyed it as well. Munners will be back soon. I haven't heard from him like last weekend when he went on his stag do, so no idea if he's well. Tomorrow we've got Atif Nawaz joining us. I can't wait for that. I'm looking forward to it. Big shout out to Sixes Cricket for having us today. If you are looking for somewhere to watch the game tomorrow and you're not sure where to watch it from, Sixes is open at 8 o'clock for breakfast, so get yourself down there.
Be quite lively, that. I might join for that.
Yeah. A few whiskies and that.
Yeah.
Nice one.